Hi, John Dwyer here, and thank you for coming to this page. It's all about revenue sharing, which is always a good term, isn't it? Revenue sharing. I'm guessing you are a coach or a consultant or you're a mentor, and you probably have a database. And as it turns out, we do a lot of business these days with joint venture webinar partners. In other words, people like you who've got a database. And we share what we think is a very significant portion of sales that happen at the end of each webinar, and that percentage is 40%. Okay, so therefore, what I'm doing here is inviting you to consider joint venturing with us on a webinar or more, whereby at the end, when we make the sale, and it's a vacation holiday program, which I'll tell you about in just a second, you pick up what we think is a pretty reasonable percentage, 40%. And you'll see on this page either below me, or sorry, above me or below me, what those numbers look like. But essentially, most of your business owner clients are always looking, I would suspect, for new ways to boost revenue. And as their coach or consultant or their mentor, I'm guessing that you're always, trying to satisfy their needs by giving them ways to, they can increase their turnover. We have what we think is a pretty magic pill. It's a free holiday or free vacation, whatever word you want to use, whereby when somebody spends a certain amount of money with a business, they walk away with a free holiday. We're talking about a 4-day holiday in Australia or New Zealand, 5-day holiday in Fiji, or an 8-day holiday in the likes of Bali and Thailand. It's quite incredible. And as you'll probably see around me on this video, it's come about because some years ago, I was a consultant for a bank here in Australia, or a building society. That was called the Greater Building Society. And I created a campaign for them with a discount travel company, whereby instead of price discounting, in other words, dropping their home loans, they gave away a free holiday with their home loan. So it said, swap from one of the banks and come across to the Greater Building Society and you get a free holiday. We're talking billions, not millions with an M, billions with a B, extra home loans that came in just in the first few years. It was dramatically successful. And about 5 years into an 11-year campaign, that's how long it ran, not once in those 11 years, by the way, did they ever advertise an interest rate. So talk about the Happy Meal toy taking their eyes off the interest rate. It certainly did a free holiday. About 5 years in, I got Jerry Seinfeld to do the advertising. And once we got Jerry Seinfeld involved, well, of course, it just went further skyward. And it became folklore in the, banking industry. And about 2 and a bit years ago, I got contacted by a travel company out of the United States who said, listen, we've got this incredible deal whereby 4-star TripAdvisor, 4-star rated hotels are giving up their empty rooms during periods outside of school vacations, of course, at no cost, because they're happy to give up a room in view of in the hope that people who stay there as a freebie guest will spend money on food and beverage. Simple as that. There's nothing more perishable than tonight's hotel room. You can't sell it tomorrow. So the hotel might as well give up the tariff that they normally would have got and fill the room with somebody that hopefully will eat at their breakfast, at their cafe or their restaurant, room service, get a massage, get the cocktails by the pool, and that's how it works. There's no timeshare presentation. It's all very, very simple. It's essentially hotels giving up unsold rooms in the hope to make money out of food and beverage. Simple as that. And they said, look, we're a travel company. You look like you have half a clue because we've seen what you did with the Jerry Seinfeld Building Society campaign. Would you like to take out the license? And I said, you better believe it. I grabbed it straight away because I knew what we could do with it. And that was just before COVID. And even throughout the COVID period, despite the fact that there was lockdowns and all sorts of things, we still had a pretty handsome turnover. And so much so that the company that we've got the license from in America has now invited us to open up in America and the UK, which we've just done. But back to Australia, what we are able to provide you with is the opportunity to invite your database to come to a webinar that would be hosted by you and myself. And that webinar would simply be, I guess, the format where you introduced me. If you want to interact throughout the webinar like a Tonight Show, no problems at all. We have a slide deck where we show these businesses that they can actually get these holidays that are valued up to $1,000 or more from us for less than $50 a holiday. Sounds pretty crazy, doesn't it? Okay, so therefore the holidays we normally sell on funescapes.com.au for $97 with a minimum quantity of 50. But of course, in a webinar, you'd be very familiar with it, being a business coach or consultant. In a webinar, you offer a special deal, and that special deal that we offer at the webinar, you'll see below. It's pretty spectacular, so they pay nothing like the $97. They get a special deal as long as they act on that same day. And guess what? You get 40% of that, 40% of that. And you'll see I've put a couple of scenarios below so you can see what sort of dollars you might earn. Now you might say, okay, well, is this something that's going to be of benefit to my list? Yeah, I might be a little biased, but you better believe it. I mean, we're talking about creating a Happy Meal toy style incentive for people to buy products or services from any business. And we've been doing this now for 2.5 years, and I'm telling you, the only business that I knocked back because I didn't think it would be appropriate was a funeral parlour. But every other business in every other industry, this thing is a smash hit. We're talking solar, we're talking dentistry, we're talking retail, cafes, restaurants, pool cleaners, lawn mowing companies, you name it. There's not a company out there that cannot attract either a lead or a conversion by giving someone a free holiday. Now, if the free holiday that's worth up to $1,000 is only costing that business less than $50, way less than $50, then you can imagine how hot this would be. Buy my refrigerator for $1,000 and I'll give you a free holiday. Buy my lawnmower for $700 and I'll give you a free holiday, and so on and so forth. If you wanted to check out how the promotion works, then just go to funescapes.com.au. But for you, I think two benefits. Number one, you are helping your database understand the benefits of incentive-based marketing versus price discounting. And secondly, you walk away with 40% of the sales. And you'll see with the couple of scenarios that I put below, yeah, that 40% could be real money. The turn-up rate that we're getting to this incentive-based marketing seminar, not seminar, webinar, we're calling it incentive-based marketing webinar. So what we do is that we actually go through the process of showing them McDonald's Happy Meal toy, Kellogg's putting a toy in the bottom of the box. We show them Prime, Amazon, Amazon have their Prime membership clubs where people get free shipping and they get free movies and free music. We show them the local coffee shop that has an incentive program where you get a little stamp on your coffee card, and when you've got 9 coffees, you get the 10th one for free. We take them through a lot of great content in terms of understanding alternatives to price discounting. And then at the end, we say, listen, the number one most powerful incentive in the world, of course, is one that appeals to both sexes and all ages. Guess what that is? A free holiday. And then we make the offer. Our close rate on this is pretty impressive, and so therefore there's a good chance that if we, if you email to your group, to your database, and we get a reasonable show up, I think you might be walking away with quite a bit of money just out of the one webinar. I look forward to hearing from you. You know what to do. There's buttons below where you can contact us, and we'd love to be involved and give you 40% of whatever sales come from your webinar. Look forward to hearing from you.